Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. So glad you're joining us today. Today our devotional is from 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. One of the great verses of 2 Timothy. It reads this way: all scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness. Now, I think we need to know that this statement is actually the apex of this chapter. Paul has been leading Timothy to this point so that he could tell him to hang on to something important in the challenges that come, which is the scriptures. And in doing so, he gives us two absolutely unforgettable images that emphasize the importance and the effect of scripture. First, he declares that scripture is the breath of God. And with this, we hear Paul emphasize the life-giving importance that God has in connection with all of humanity. Like God breathed into man's nostrils to give him life at the beginning of time in Genesis 2:7. So humanity is sustained by the breath that comes from Scripture itself. The connection and the imagery are unforgettable. God gives physical life with the breath of his lungs, but he also gives spiritual life with the breath of his word. But second, he adds another image by proclaiming Scripture has a prophet. It produces a prophet of righteousness. And not a lot of things in this life guarantee a prophet, but Scripture does. And not just one prophet, four of them. It teaches, it reproofs, it corrects, and it trains. And while Paul is concerned about Timothy and his future in a world of corruption and unrighteousness, he knows that he will be fine if he clings to the life-giving breath of God, because it will profit him in every circumstance. But we really need to ask ourselves these two questions. Do we really rely on this life-giving breath? And two, do we really believe that Scripture has a prophet? If so, then we need to cling to its truth and trust less in our ideas and opinions. And over time, as we grow more knowledgeable of the words within this book, we will grow more intimate with the God of all creation who wants to profit us in everything we do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this devotional for today. Remember, always, over on our website, there are some great thought-provoking questions and actionables for you there. I would love you to see this. All you got to do is subscribe, and we will send those to you. Also, do me a favor, share this devotional with somebody else today that might need encouragement, even the breath and the prophet of God. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow.